Hi, my name is Brittany Hunley. Thank you for joining me for this video, Understanding LGBTQIA plus orientations, a comprehensive guide to identity, attraction, and gender diversity. Welcome. This video is a soft, inclusive introduction to the wide spectrum of sexual and romantic orientations, including what they mean, how they feel, and how they interact with gender identity. Whether you're part of the LGBTQIA plus community or simply want to understand it better, you're in the right place. If at any time you become overwhelmed by the education, I invite you to set it aside and reach out for support. Let's get started. What's the difference between orientation and identity? So, a sexual or romantic orientation is who you're emotionally, physically, or sexually attracted to, while gender identity is simply who you are. There's also a sex assigned at birth, which is a medical label, male, female, intersex, and exclusively based on genitals and chromosomes. Let's normalize that these are separate but deeply intertwined in how people understand themselves. Gender diversity, transgender. What does that mean to be transgender? A transgender person is someone whose gender identity does not align with the sex that they were assigned at birth. Trans folks can be any sexual orientation. For example, a trans woman could be a lesbian, straight, bisexual, pansexual, asexual, or anything. What does it mean to be non-binary, genderqueer, or gender fluid? People who do not identify strictly as male or female. They may experience gender as fluid, expansive, and outside the binary. Some non-binary people use terms like gay, queer, bi, or asexual to describe their orientation. Intersex. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but intersex people are born with variations in sex characteristics. Their chromosomes, gonads, or genitals don't fit typical definitions for male or female. Intersex people may be any orientation and any gender identity. Many were subjected to non-consensual medical interventions as children, oftentimes even as infants. Being trans, non-binary, or intersex is about identity and embodiment. Orientation is about who you're drawn to, but they can influence how we label or understand ourselves. Let's go over some more terms. Heterosexual is attracted to another gender, often assumed as the default in society. Gay and lesbian, attracted to the same gender, used by transgender and cisgendered people alike. Bisexual is attracted to more than one gender. Pansexual is attracted to people regardless of gender. So a bisexual person might be attracted to cis females and cis males, while a pansexual person might be attracted to cis females, cis males, trans males, non-binary, genderqueer, gender fluid, and so forth. Omnisexual, attracted to all genders but with gender as a notable factor. It's a little different than pansexual. Asexual or ace is little to no sexual attraction. Demisexual is sexual attraction that arises only after a deep emotional connection is made. A demisexual can also be bisexual or gay or pansexual or omnisexual. And there's graysexual, infrequent or rare sexual attraction. Let's go over some more terms. This is fun. Polysexual, attracted to many but not all genders. So there might be a specific gender identity that they don't feel drawn to. So a polysexual, many but not all. Queer is an umbrella term, fluid and self-defined. Questioning means that someone is still exploring. They're not quite ready to put a label on anything, which is completely fine. I want to reiterate that people of any gender, cis, trans, intersex, non-binary, may use any of these terms. Romantic orientation. Not everyone's romantic orientation aligns with sexual attraction. Terms like aromantic, biromantic, homoromantic, and panromantic, etc., describe this aspect of identity. So someone could be biromantic, which means that they might feel a romantic attraction without a sexual attraction to both genders. Labels are tools, they're not rules. It's okay to try out a label and later shift or shed it. Trans and non binary folk often face pressure to prove their orientation fits their gender. It doesn't have to. You don't owe anyone consistency, you only owe yourself authenticity. Intersectionality and identity. So, race, religion, and neurodivergence, disability, and class all shape how people come to know and express their orientation and identity. There are many folks who, because of the culture they grew up in or the religion they grew up in, their understanding of the world around them, their poverty level or wealth level, all impact what they're exposed to, whether exploring sexual identity is something that is encouraged, and it can impact how they view themselves and how they find out what their orientation is. Intersex and trans people in particular often carry medical trauma and visibility fatigue that impacts how they navigate intimacy and labels. Closing up here, your identity and your orientation don't need to be perfect, linear, or proven. It's okay to be open to changing your mind or going in and out of questioning and labels. It's completely fine. Whether you're exploring, claiming, or just listening, your presence matters. You are valid. You are not too much or too late. There is room for all of you. Thank you for listening. And again, if you need any support or have any questions, please reach out.